Hey, Shug. Welcome back to the Healing Circle. It's the weekend, y'all. Get yourself ready for the weekend. Okay. That means the week is over because the weekend. All right. So get yourself ready for the weekend. Really looking at the weekend vibes for each zodiac sign. All right. And I'm also going to do like the overall energy or the collective energy for the weekend. You know, just some right now, right here messages that you need to know right now, right here for the weekend. Whatever's, most important for you. Okay. Whatever it is that you should know. Okay. Hope you guys are well. All right. So let's look at the weekend energy for everyone. What are you guys doing this weekend? Who's here with me? Hey, Dan. Happy Friday. Oh, I found my beads from New Orleans. I gotta turn them on. Look, I'm gonna wear them for the weekend. It's giving. That's what it's giving for the weekend. Did y'all see my little cover? That I made my thumbnail this morning. I made it because it was giving party and celebration. Right? It's giving party and celebration. That's what we give it this weekend. Party and celebration. Right? I think it's because it's hot outside. I'm like, this is what the warm weather does to me. Look, and the sun card is right on the bottom of this deck. It's just giving. All right, y'all. We're going into the weekend energy. Gotta give a collective message first because sometimes your sun sign or your moon sign, Venus rising, don't always hit. Okay, so the and so a lot of times the collective energy like ties it all together. So we're giving a collective energy today. Okay. Yeah. So put the banner up for the collective. This is for the collective. I even changed my banner color to pink because that's the energy I'm feeling like. All right, so this is the energy for the collective. All right, I got my sage burning. Well, it stopped, but it cleansed. Okay, we are getting positive energy for the weekend. What is it that we need to know? What's happening? What's the vibes? What's the weekend vibe for each? Okay, collective energy, Holy Spirit, angels in heaven. What is the weekend vibe for us collectively? What is the weekend vibe for the collective? Okay. So toxic behavior kind of came off the deck, but didn't turn over. We're not even going to recognize it. The same way it wouldn't turn over, we're not even going to recognize it. And we're not going to recognize it this weekend either. Okay. Look, because of working on it, planning. You got things you're working on. You got things you're planning. You're not recognizing any toxic behavior. Not this weekend. It's too hot outside. Okay. All right. So collectively, we have passion, desire, fantasy, right? Happily ever after. Okay. Affair, sneaking around, secret love. Oh no. And blocks and obstacles. Okay. So I think what someone's desire is this weekend is to have like the happily ever after type vibe. But if there's an energy of an affair or sneaking around or things being done in secret, that can be a block to a situation because of celebration and dating. Okay. Arguments, anger, and conflict. Well, I said it backwards, but it's like if this is the energy someone wants to be in, there could be some type of conflict to that. And it seems like the conflict is sneaking around, secret love, affair. Let's see what this energy is for the collective spirit. You know, this is the vibes that's, you know, coming out this weekend collectively. Yeah, but let's see how it's being addressed. Okay, how is it showing up for the collective spirit? Please clarify these messages. One more. Yeah, I feel like with the toxic behavior energy coming out, like we don't have time for toxic behavior. It's like maybe you're working on something different, and so you're not entertaining anything that's, you know, giving secrets, sneaking around. You got time for this. All right. Passion, desire, fantasy. Why is this message here for the collective spirit? Why is passion, desire, fantasy the energy for the collective this weekend, the vibe? Clarify this message. Clarify this message. Ooh, okay. The Eight of Wands and the Three of Cups. Okay. You could be getting communication from a friend, or maybe this can even be like someone communicating what they do desire to you. You know, it could be like to maybe spend time with you, to rebuild the friendship, the dynamic, the bond. Okay. Yeah. That can be like what someone's desire is. Okay. But there is a conceit. The Seven of Cups and the Four of Cups is like a concern, okay, a worry around either the opportunity being disappointing or the opportunity not being made available, okay? So there's like a, you know, energy of a delay, and it's almost like a wait, right? So let's see. Happily ever after. Why is this here for the collective? Happily ever after. Yeah, it's like that's what someone is interested in. Page of Swords. It's like I have that interest, I have that desire, right? But there's also a stuck energy to it. It's like, but, okay. Remember, this is self-imposed restriction. So this is restriction that we put upon ourselves that isn't really there. Okay. It's like, you know, it doesn't have to be that. Okay. The Sun card and the Five of Swords is like, you know, it being revealed or it being highlighted, illuminated to someone that they're, you know, kind of like, you know, causing their own mental conflict around it. You know, it's like your mind's playing tricks on you, you know, okay. You have affair, sneaking around, secret love. Why is this here for the collective? Affair, sneaking around, secret love. That's the, then I say it, that's the block. Look, with the Five of Wands on the bottom, that's the problem. Okay. Doing things in secret, sneaking around, love affair, you know. Yeah. That's the block. That's the problem. Because of someone being inconsistent, you know, being on the fence, juggling. Right? That's the problem. It's like if this is what you're interested in, you gotta be transparent about it. You gotta be honest. You gotta, you know, go about things the right way. Because the blocks and obstacles is the last energy for the collective. Yeah. Yeah. See? Sabotaging energy. Nine of Swords. Right? And it's because of like maybe like past betrayals, but yeah, this is a betrayal. This is like something like someone feeling done wrong. Okay. And it can be like a masculine feeling done wrong emotionally. King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Swords that says, look, this Ten of Swords says everything is fine. It's okay. Right? So the Ace of Swords energy with the Ten of Swords that says everything is fine. I feel like someone is getting that clarity that they need, that whatever has transpired with the Ten of Swords is okay. Okay, it's something that they can work through. It's something that you can overcome, especially for someone that might have felt stuck or restricted, creating their own self-imposed restriction. Okay, yeah. The block is someone not being transparent and sneaking around. Okay, affair, love affair. Okay, yeah. So someone could be communicating their desires, but also their fears, their worries, and concerns. Yeah. It's all because of celebration, dating. Collective, are you celebrating or dating this weekend? This is why, okay? The because is the celebration and dating. This is why it's all happening. This is why someone's, confessing or sharing their desires or their worries, okay? Because they're interested in the happily ever after. Okay, let's see. Spirit's like, yep, that's right. Tower and a Lovers. Two major arcana. Okay, this can be a sudden decision made in a connection. Okay, this can be a tower that happens to a connection, but it's a sudden change. Okay, yep. The Ten of Swords and the Knight of Wands. This is the end of inconsistency. Everyone knows the Knight of Wands to be the player. Okay, so with the Ten of Swords to that, it's like the end of inconsistency, being a player, being in and out, being on the fence. Okay, yeah. Right. Why is celebration dating here? I do feel like this is like suddenly happening. Okay, the sudden change to a partnership, to a union, to a connection. Okay, the Knight of Wands energy with the Lovers. Okay. Okay, someone took certain actions in a connection that could have caused the betrayal. Okay. Clarify celebration and dating for the collective. Celebration, dating. The Two of Cups and the Hierophant. Okay, so this is like, I don't want to be a player no more. I'm not a player, I just crush. That's what the song says. Okay. All right. So with Two of Cups and the Hierophant, it's like someone is like, choosing to like maybe commit, the affair energy is like a complete opposite energy to what someone desires and wants, So collectively, what can you, what's the vibe this weekend? Like what's coming through? Communication. And this could be communication about someone's desires, but also their worries and concerns. Okay, someone can be telling you what they're interested in. There is a block. Maybe you're talking about the block. Maybe the block is being addressed, but this block is sabotaging things. All right. So there's a huge shift that's happening in a connection this weekend. You could be celebrating. You could be dating. But that's what's happening. That's the vibe this weekend. So when I got this energy maybe that was accurate. Maybe that was accurate where you're like celebrating this weekend. Maybe. Just maybe. Right? Let's see. I don't remember if I went backwards or forwards last time. Let's see. What should I do this time? I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I have a 9-year-old just insist on making life about her. That's just what it is. That's just who she is. So, all right. I'm gonna go with Aries on down. All right. Aries. Okay. Aries, let's see. What is the vibe for you this weekend for Aries spirit? What's the vibe for Aries this weekend? Ooh. You gotta focus in. Focus in. Okay. What's the vibe for Aries this weekend, spirit? Okay. Let's see. What's the vibe for Aries this weekend? Holy Spirit, angels in heaven. Confusion and turmoil. Okay. Because of friends and fun support. Okay. Mm. Right. And celebration and dating right behind that. All right. So maybe you're confused as like, are we friends or are we dating? It's like maybe that's the energy where you're like, what is this? Yeah. Okay. So you could have been like repairing something with someone where you're working on it, right? Okay. The opportunity for a new beginning, maybe. Okay. But there is some concern, some worry, and I do see it with the Seven of Cups energy and the Two of Cups. It's like, like what is this? What are we doing? Are we friends? Are we dating? Okay. Why is confusion and turmoil the vibe for Aries this weekend? Yeah. See. All right. The Ten of Swords, the Tower, and the Judgment. Because of the world. A lot of majors happening. Okay. So I do feel like something major might have happened in the connection between you and someone where there was a transformation, things ended. But with this Tower and Judgment, like there could have also been a sudden change where there's an opportunity to revisit that betrayal or revisit things. Okay. And it's because of the world. This is like letting go of a cycle. This can be like letting go of something that might have happened. letting go of the way of doing things, not doing things that way anymore. Okay. The Knight of Swords, and this can be like, being reckless, impulsive, not thinking clearly, jumping out there. Okay. It's like someone that maybe doing that with you, or you, stopping that characteristic or behavior in yourself. Okay. Yeah. So you may be a little confused if things aren't necessarily going the way you desire or want. Why is confusion and turmoil here for as a vibe for Aries this weekend? Confusion, turmoil. Okay. Strength card and the Chariot. So that's Leo energy. Scorpio, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Cancer. Okay, so this is someone who is also resisting moving forward. They're delaying things. 3 of Wands. So you're confused. Like, listen, we had a betrayal. Something happened that allowed this to be revisited. Okay, but there's also still resistance here. You're resisting moving forward. Why? Okay, I feel like you're confused. It's like, maybe even causing you turmoil. It's like someone is delaying this movement forward. You feel like maybe they're like, sleeping around in secret. You might feel like, they're maybe starting something else, without you knowing. You're confused. Look, the 5 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. You it's like maybe the abandonment wounds are starting to stir up again. Okay. Because things are changing. Okay. The 5 of Wands and the 10 of Cups is there being like a conflict or a block or interference to you having your happily ever after. Okay. 5 of Wands to the 10 of Cups is a block or conflict or interference to you having your happily ever after. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Using this 5 of Pentacles is like, like you're feeling a lack. And it's like because, like things are changing. And I feel like you are confused. And it's because of friends and fun support. Yeah, it's like someone wants to keep it light. Ace of Wands. It's like, that to me is something that's here today, gone tomorrow. Is inconsistent. See, it's stressing you out. 9 of Swords. Okay. Yes. Okay. It's stressing you out. 9 of Swords, right? Because this could be someone that apologized. Okay. They could have apologized. They could have apologized for maybe like keeping things secret or hidden in the past. Okay. With the Moon and the 6 of Cups, they could have, tried to mend things with you. It's like someone that, you are revisiting things with after a tower, or after a betrayal. Okay. And with the Knight of Wands energy is like, they're inconsistent. Okay. And it's because of the Hierophant. Maybe you're asking for commitment. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But with the 6 of Swords right behind that, it's like it's kind of saying that things will move into a better state. Okay, maybe things are confusing for you right now. But it does seem like, things are going to get better. Mm-hmm. Anything else for friends and fun support for Aries? Friends and fun support. Oh, okay. The 6 of Wands, the 9 of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Okay. All right. So I feel like Aries, this is kind of saying that you will get the recognition you're looking for, or the, achieve what it is that you're looking to achieve. 9 of Cups is you having your wishes fulfilled. All right. And it's because of the 7 of Swords. All right. Okay. Okay. So there is some things that are happening that you aren't aware of. Okay. Or there is something that is brewing underneath that you are not aware of. But it's also it's more so like someone feeling overwhelmed. Okay. It's like someone that's more so like hiding their how they feel about themselves, like their own self-worth. Okay. So maybe like someone that's like like burdened financially, or they you know, like they're feeling down on their own self-worth. Yeah, it's like that's what was kind of making like someone like not be transparent in what is it they want from you, or you know what I'm saying, like, you know, move forward in that direction that you want as far as commitment. They feeling burdened financially. They feel like they have maybe gone through some repeated cycles that, you know, they're trying to move on from, but being delayed. Okay, feeling, you know, maybe they need to tell you the truth about it. Maybe they need to talk to you about it. But it's more so like you kind of going through this confusion and turmoil because of you maybe not receiving the outcome you were, you know, expecting. Okay, so should I think I should give you advice or something. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some advice. I mean, how can you just sit with that? You know, is that for your highest good for you just sit that, you know, sit with that? Let's see. You give Aries some advice when it comes to this energy, this vibe this weekend. Right? Why? I mean, what advice would you give Aries when it comes to this vibe this weekend? This confusion and this turmoil. Advice for Aries. Yo, there it is. The soul's longing. Okay. What parts of yourself have you neglected? Okay. Your soul is calling for deeper connection. Okay. And I feel like your soul is calling for deeper connection from you. Right. So not necessarily, you know, focusing too much on what you're receiving from someone else, but focusing more so this weekend on the energy that you're giving to yourself. Okay. Because of the mirror effect. What frustrates you in others is a reflection of something unhealed within you. Isn't that like a direct message to what I just said? Yeah, it's time for you to, you know, sow a little bit more into yourself. It's almost as if as you, you know, repair and nurture and heal yourself, you repair, nurture, and heal someone else. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit there. Okay, moving on to Taurus. Taurus. What Taurus spirit? Okay. That thing. All right, Taurus. Let's see, what is the weekend vibe for you, Taurus? This can be for your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign, but please do not try to make the reading fit if it doesn't. Okay. One more for Taurus spirit. Weekend vibe for Taurus. Know your worth is on the bottom of the deck, Taurus, so that could definitely be a message to you. You know your worth this weekend. Value yourself this weekend. Okay, let's see. I don't know. What is the weekend vibe for Taurus this weekend? Ooh, let it go. Okay, it's giving Elsa. Let it go. Release. Don't look back. Okay, just let it go. Right? Days, weeks. Something could have been going on for days and weeks. All right, so it's like let it go. Right? Lies, deception, secrecy. Okay. Make a choice. Right? It's time to celebrate. Romantic gesture and blocks and obstacles. Right? It's all because of messages, incoming communication. Okay. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius right behind that with confusion and turmoil. There could be a Aries, Leo, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that is confused, maybe even going through turmoil. You can be getting a message from them. Okay. And maybe this message is going to help you let something go. Maybe something you've been holding on for, for days and weeks. This could be something you haven't really been honest about. Okay. Maybe you're making a choice because of this message, and it brings about some type of celebration or romantic gesture. Okay. And I feel like it's just something that has been rather blocked. Okay. All right. So let's see what's the vibe for you this weekend. Taurus. So I feel like you've been suppressing your emotions about something, and maybe you're, allowing that to kind of balance out, where you're allowing things to move into a better state. Okay. You could be legit letting something go this weekend. Why is let it go here for Taurus this weekend with release and don't look back? Yeah, see, you're letting something go. Okay, Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. You're like, okay, I can let that go. We can move this into a better state. Yeah. You're coming from an emotional place. Queen of Cups with the Two of Wands. It's like, okay, you're allowing your emotions to guide you. Your heart. You're so sweet. Anything else for let it go for Taurus? Okay. And it could be something you weren't quite sure about mentally, because the Five of Swords is before the Six of Swords, but it could be even an argument. Okay, you're letting it go. Okay. Yeah. It's something that caused you some heartache. Yep. Queen of Pentacles is again on the bottom. It'll cause you grief in a way, but you're like, okay, I can let it go. Yeah. Good for you. Okay. All right. Why is days and weeks here? Look, the Ten of Swords, when I cut the deck with the Queen of Pentacles, you felt like you were betrayed, you were done wrong. Like, I was betrayed, I was done wrong. But this is the energy of everything is fine. Okay. Like, I feel like you're allowing that betrayal to kind of just, move on. Okay. You're moving on from it. I feel wise days and weeks here for Taurus this weekend. Days and weeks. Wanted to see. Look, Five of Pentacles. You've been maybe without this person because you were angry with them. Days and weeks. You've been like, like lonely or kind of to yourself because of you, maybe feeling angry or feeling worried or betrayed. Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords is like, oh no, I'm questioning. Someone's not being honest with me. Okay. You might have been without someone for days and weeks. Lies, deception, secrecy. That's the next energy. Okay. Yeah. You didn't, yeah. I said I was about to say you didn't believe someone, but yep, the moon is like, yep, I don't know what's going on. Okay. I don't know what's happening. All right. I'm in the dark. Okay. And it's because something has been delayed. You've been waiting, It's like waiting and waiting. Ace of Cups is right behind that. See? It's like I'm waiting, but you know what? But whatever's happening, this message is allowing you to allow things to move into a better state. Right? Make a choice. Wise is here for Taurus this weekend. What I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles coming out and the Ace of Cups, what you've been waiting for seems to be coming through. So Spirit's like, make a choice. What you gonna do? Okay. The King of Cups and the Ten of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles. So especially with you showing up as the Queen of Cups, I feel like your person, might have been going through some things, but it seems like it's an opportunity to make a choice here, and it's something you've been waiting on. Why it's time to celebrate here for Taurus. Okay, look, and okay, the Knight of Swords, right? The reason why it's a time to celebrate is because the Knight of Swords for me is an energy of certainty. It's like even if it comes out of nowhere or becomes, it's rather abrupt or or even like aggressive, it's from someone that is sure about what they're doing. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles is like readiness. It's like I'm ready. Okay, they may even be like rushing, but it's because of energy of ready, right? It's because of the Five of Cups. It's like if someone's been kind of going through a period of dissatisfaction or being sad or unhappy, that's bringing about this assurance of I'm ready. Okay. Romantic gesture. Listen, it's to make sure everything is fine. Okay. So whatever someone has done to you, Taurus, is to make sure everything is fine. Why is romantic gesture here for Taurus? See? Yeah. So that, whatever you guys have been going through can close out. Okay. The Four of Cups is the energy of feeling rejected, feeling unrecognized, feeling dissatisfied with the world. That cycle's closing. Okay. So this romantic gesture is to close out that cycle. All right. Six of Pentacles is on the bottom. Someone could be actually giving you something. Right. But with this energy is an opportunity for a new beginning. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. All right. Blocks and obstacle is here as a vibe this weekend. Why is this here? For Taurus. Okay. All right. Page of Swords, the Star. This is like knowing what it is that you want. So an obstacle or a block could have been like someone knowing, okay, what is it they wanted or what is it they were hoping for, wishing for, desiring. Okay. Queen of Wands and the Ace of Swords and the Six of Cups. All right. So this can have something to do with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Okay. Because that energy showed here too. And left was on your side right there. But I feel like whatever happens with the messages, it allows you to overcome something from your past. Okay, Six of Wands energy is showing a successful outcome. That offers an opportunity for healing. Okay, this could definitely be communication that you are having. Like tough communication that you're having. Emperor energy, like where someone is just being blunt. Blunt with someone. Yeah, it's like this is what it is. It's kind of that's you just being blunt. But I feel like this blunt communication or conversation is bringing about a successful outcome because the overall energy is these messages, incoming communication. Why is this here for Taurus? Why is this here for Taurus spirit? Yeah. Someone's taking the action that should have been happened. Okay, action has been delayed. Okay, and this could be like letting the past go, getting over something that might have happened in the past, walking away from something that has been a burden. Like it's like something that has been delayed in a connection, or that has delayed something from being stable. What is the message? Clarify messages for Taurus. Okay, yeah, okay. The Ace of Wands, Two of Cups, and the Magician. Okay, that's what the communication is. Okay, with the Eight of Wands, you see that? That's what the communication is. All right, it's about someone communicating about their actions. Okay, especially with the Ace of Wands energy, that's inconsistent. Okay, that's here today, gone tomorrow. Sometimes we on, sometimes we off. You're talking about why that was in a connection, why I was like that in a connection. Maybe someone's speaking their truth about it. Yeah, and it is like what created that. Okay, with the Magician, it's definitely giving the energy of someone being like blunt, direct. But whatever communication is happening, is allowing you to get over something, move things into a better state. This could be something that has caused you to be away from someone for days and weeks, right? And it's mainly from you not knowing. Okay, so it works out. Let me give you some advice, like I did Aries, because I don't want you to kind of just not knowing how to use this energy or not knowing what to do with it. I'm through. Getting over something or letting something go that could have been like racking your brain. Yeah, here you go. Soul contracts and lessons. The people who trigger you most are often your greatest spiritual teachers. Okay. And you probably like, yes, this person triggers them out of me, right? They trigger them. All right. Because self-sabotage awareness. Where are you unconsciously blocking your own growth? Identify the patterns. Okay. If you've taken that time to look at how you might have been holding yourself back in certain situations, then that's how you're proceeding differently now, right? Mm-hmm. But some people are in our lives to teach us some things. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. Moving on to Gemini. Mm-hmm. Gemini. Gemini, you and I. All right, Gemini. We're going to look at the weekend vibes for you. All right. If the reading does not resonate, do not try to make it. Right. I saw some toxic behavior energy when I was just kind of cutting it there, but we're not going to take that with us, okay? Look, the block energy is showing silence, okay? Yeah, celebration and days is showing though, okay? So if there's been like a block, maybe even like some silence, this could be with a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo, you know. Maybe there's a time to celebrate this weekend, you know. Yeah, all right. Yeah, passion, desire, and fantasy is on the bottom. What's the weekend vibe for Gemini? Holy Spirit, angels in heaven. Weekend vibe for Gemini. It's about to pay off. Listen, we like pays. Well, something's about to pay off. No. Okay. But it's because of clarity, change of perspective. Okay. Yeah, and I need space right behind that. Overwhelmed, boundaries, retreat. Okay. If you were overwhelmed with something, maybe you had to take a step back, maybe retreat. It's, you know, maybe it's changing your perspective or something. A perspective is changing. Yeah, so something's paying off. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 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 I'm just gonna say it. I said okay because the devil. No, this is the Page of Wands. This is communication about action to be taken or action taken. But the devil energy showed before that. So this can be an energy of someone that is like a, you know, it's almost like a. I want to say crutch, you know, or like a tie in some way to you, but you might even feel like it's an unhealthy attachment. But I feel like they're more like a weakness. Like yeah, okay. Even be a Capricorn. It's like something's definitely moving forward with the Chariot. Okay. And the Three of Pentacles. It's like get on the same page, coming to some type of compromise, you know, working together in something. Okay. All right. It's about the payoff. Why is this the vibe for Gemini this weekend? What's about the payoff for Gemini this weekend? All right. The Eight of Swords. All right. So this is stuck energy. Right. You could have been, or someone was stuck mentally on a situation, but maybe kept that to themselves. Okay, with the High Priestess energy. Okay, the Nine of Wands is like, you know, a weight, you know, that could have been weighing on someone mentally. I feel, maybe not knowing what to do. Why is it's about to pay off here for Gemini as a vibe this weekend? If you've been feeling stuck on, like, you know, what to do, this could be you. Why is the vibe for Gemini this weekend? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, the energies came out with the High Priestess, Nine of Wands, and the Empress. Okay, all right, I see. Okay, so the Eight of Swords energy is self-imposed. I gotta take these off because they keep glaring and it's throwing me off. So the Eight of Swords energy is like self-imposed restriction that someone may have been putting on themselves, and maybe knowing intuitively what they should do, or what decision they should make. Nine of Wands energy with the Empress is it like making something difficult to progress or to grow? It's like you creating self-imposed restriction when you already know intuitively the direction you should go is making things harder. Okay. And it's because of someone maybe like carrying around some grief or disappointment. Okay. Well, the Six of Swords is things moving into a better state. Okay. They're actually moving into a state that is positive, that has a positive outcome to it. Okay. All right. So let's see. It's about to pay off. Why is it here for Gemini? Okay. Look. Okay. The Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Okay. So this is something that someone has been maybe grappling with or juggling or dealing with. But again, Seven of Swords, not saying anything. Okay. Like, you know, it's like hiding it. Okay. And it's because of clarity, change of perspective. Why is clarity, change of perspective the vibe for Gemini this weekend? Make it make sense? Okay. The Page of Wands and the Death energy. So someone is communicating what they plan to do to end that, okay, to stop that, right? Could be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, but this is someone that feels like, you know, things changing or change is a good thing, okay? Or allowing things to change is good, okay? It's just. Why is clarity here? Okay, so someone's changing their perspective where they might have felt like stuck or restricted, even when they knew intuitively what they should be doing. Is seeing how, like, you know, they're kind of like weighing on their progress or growth with the Empress energy, right? Yeah, the King of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, right? So someone could be feeling a lack, right? If you're coming through as the King of Cups energy with the Five of Pentacles, so you're feeling a lack emotionally. You know, you're feeling like you're missing something. Okay, look, Two of Cups right behind that. It's like, you know, feeling like you're missing something. So someone could be changing their perspective. You know, maybe giving you some clarity, communicating what they plan to do. You know, differently, because of something weighing on them emotionally. The Four of Pentacles and the Death energy is saying holding back is done. You know, holding back. You know, being more of like a, you know, focusing on myself type miser energy, that's ending. Okay. King of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune is someone that's seeing change as good. Okay. They're seeing as good. Yeah. So it's someone that's communicating action they plan to take because maybe they've been like, you know, holding back emotionally. Yeah. They want to work on things with the Queen of Cups. Okay. So with the Page of Cups on the bottom, this could be a message or an apology, but whatever's coming through is bringing clarity in for you. Maybe someone's having a change of perspective. And so whatever has been happening, Gemini, is allowed to pay off. So, all right. Let's get you some advice. What's all the noise? All the noise. So irritating. All right, let's get you some advice. Gemini, advice for Gemini with this energy this weekend. Okay. The perfectionism trap. Seeking flawlessness leads to self-sabotage. Embrace progress over perfection. Because releasing judgment. Do not fear your darkness. You are not good or bad. You are human and evolving. Okay? You are not perfect, but you are doing your very best. And that is all that matters. Just, I don't know. If you felt stuck, restricted on what you should be doing when, you know, Spirit's like, listen, change your perspective. You're doing great. All right? Let's see. All right, y'all. Cancer. All right. For Cancer Spirit, what is the weekend vibe for Cancer? Now, Cancer, if the reading does not resonate, don't try to make it. For Cancer, we have magic and manifestation on the bottom. Let's see. Weekend vibe for Cancer Spirits. Clarity, change of perspective. And because of new beginning, spring. Okay. It is spring. Okay. So maybe spring is bringing about some type of clarity or change of perspective. All right. Okay. Please clarify this message for Cancer. All right. I feel like someone might have been resisting you because you're like too attractive. For real. But they're like stopping that, okay, because they really do have emotions for you. right? You're going to apologize for resisting, right? You're going to be honest, about some things, why they put up this block towards you. It's like, you're just too cute. you're just too cute. Look, the Knight of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Someone that was moving hella slow, that's changing, okay? And it's because of someone having a change in perspective, okay? Yeah, I feel like a connection that might have even like started off rather surface, it could be changing somehow. Yeah, look. All right, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, King of Pentacles. This could be someone that was maybe holding back from you in a way, right? Page of Swords and the Queen of Cups is, saying no, they're interested in you. Okay, they want to talk to you. Yeah, because they do have a change in perspective. I feel like there is a change in perspective here. There's some clarity coming through. And so there's, it's like I want to talk to you. Okay, I want to talk to Cancer. Okay, maybe even tell you why they were holding back or why what's been going on. But it's definitely someone that has interest, and it's because they feel like they messed things up. Maybe that they hurt you by playing games or mind in you. Okay, yeah, it's like they want a second chance to give to this. Yeah, they want to change the dynamic between the two of you. So if things have been rather surface, I want to change that. Okay, and it's because of new beginning, spring. Okay, it gave the same energy during Talk to Me Tuesday, so I'm not surprised. Okay, where it's more of a loving, cuddly energy. Okay, yeah, but this weekend gave me celebration, so it's definitely giving party time. Why is new beginning here for Cancer in spring? Yeah, death energy with the Hangman. Hello, that's the end to stagnation. Okay, that's the end to something that has been stuck. Okay, yeah, justice. All right. So someone, this is like you're receiving your justice. I feel you're receiving your justice, and I feel like it's more so in someone's effort. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles is a opportunity for something solid, something real, and someone is coming through showing that. Right. So if they were avoiding you, avoiding making a decision, avoiding communication, that cycle is ending. This is someone that is very sure about what it is that they want. Knight of Swords, and it's to like be in a relationship, right? So if things have been rather surface, it's changing. Okay. So anything else for a new beginning for Cancer? Okay. Strength card, Leo energy, and the Emperor. For Wands. Okay. All right. Okay. Some type of way, and I feel like that's why the whole change of perspective is here, is because the dynamic between the two of you or whatever's happening between the two of you is making someone step. Okay, it's making them do this. Where they could have been resisting doing this. It's like making someone do what's right, and that's putting the effort. Change how they're showing up. Change their effort. You hear the planes again. It's like, what is the problem? Another one. There's definitely a transformation happening. It is a new beginning. Okay, death energy, new beginning. And the Ace of Pentacles is something solid, something real. Okay, especially if you guys were coming through with the Ace of Wands energy. Okay, you're starting differently. Okay, yeah. Anything else for a new beginning for Cancer? One, two. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles on the bottom. All right. Let me get you some advice, Cancer, for this energy that's coming through for you this weekend. This is the vibe. It's the vibe. Might come through any type of way, but it's the vibe. Right. Advice for Cancer this weekend. Advice for Cancer this weekend, Spirit. Strength in vulnerability. True courage is allowing yourself to be seen, even in your most raw state. Okay. Healing takes time. Progress is not always linear. Trust that even setbacks are part of the process. Okay. Because you might be thinking about the situation like, no, we've been through this before, or I've been through that before, but or this should have taken, shouldn't have taken so long because it's the Knight of Pentacles was the first card. I feel like Spirit is just kind of like advising you that healing takes time. Okay, it's not a linear thing. It might go up, it might go down. And it's because of the prison of regret. The past cannot be rewritten, but your future is still yours to create. It might have taken someone time to realize that. Okay, so having the strength to be vulnerable and allowing yourself to heal, it takes time. So, Grace, maybe. Hey, baby. It resonated, baby. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. Yeah. Moving on to Leo. Leo. Let's see, what is the vibe for you this weekend? What is the vibe for Leo this weekend, Spirit? Holy Spirit, angels in heaven. Okay. Working on it, planning on the bottom of the deck. What's the vibe for Leo this weekend, Spirit? Vibe for Leo this weekend. Everybody having clarity and a new perspective. Okay. Clarity and a change in perspective. Okay. New love, reconciliation. Okay. Signs and synchronicity, messages, symbols, divine clues. Okay. Full moon moment, emotions high, release, realization. Moving on, relocation, closure, goodbye. Okay. And it's because of a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. Right. Yeah, you could be heartbroken from, this Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Okay. All right. Maybe you were wondering, like, where do I stand? What is this? Okay. So I feel like you have a change in perspective when it comes to maybe a reconciliation. Okay. Or even like having like a renewed love with someone. Maybe you're getting like divine messages or synchronicity or symbols or clues from the divine. And it could cause something to like, be like a full moon moment this weekend where emotions run high. But I feel like it's a release for you. It's closure for you to like move on from something or to just, release is showing twice because it's showing right here on this deck. And I ain't even touched this deck. Okay, right on the bottom. So it's like, yep, I took my eyes right over there to it. You're releasing something this weekend. It's like you're getting the closure you need. Okay. All right. Why is clarity, change of perspective here for Leo as the vibe this weekend? Yeah. All right. Seven of Cups and High Priestess. Okay. You were questioning. You were questioning your intuition. Maybe not sure, like, am I seeing this wrong? Am I looking at this the wrong way? Okay. Maybe it was causing you a lot of stress, Maybe you were, very anxious about this. And I feel like it's mostly like this reconciliation, this revisiting of a connection. Why is new love here with reconciliation for Leo? Okay. Whatever you weren't sure about, you are sure, I feel now, or you will be this weekend. Why is new love here? Reconciliation. Okay. Justice and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So I feel like at some point you might have felt like it would be the right thing to do would be to like put in effort or to work on maybe a reconciliation of a union. Okay. But I feel like with the clarity and the change of perspective, I feel like you got clarity or you're getting clarity this weekend on something you might have been worried about or confused about. Okay. Yeah. Why is signs and synchronicity here? Messages, symbols, and divine clues for Leo. Okay. The Knight of Swords. Yeah. That you were rushing into things. Okay. You were getting or have been getting so many signs and synchronicities and messages from spirit and symbols and divine clues that you were rushing into things. Knight of Swords. Okay. And maybe even like charging you to think. Like spirit could be like, nah, you should think about that. Like, don't rush into that. Like, did you think about that? You know, like causing you to like reflect, you know, on whether you should go towards something new or like revisit something. Full moon moment. Why is this here for Leo? This weekend. This is the vibe this weekend. Why is this here? For Leo, what's this full moon moment? Emotions high, release, realization. For Leo, the disappointment on it. Okay. Spirit's like release the disappointment that has maybe occurred in a situation. Okay. Because it's just holding you up. Okay. It's causing you to maybe keep reevaluating the situation or keep revisiting it. You know, it's like watching rice boil. Is that the right one? Okay. Yeah. It's like it's holding you up. You know, it's holding you up. It's holding you up from a manifestation. It's keeping you almost stuck. Okay. And I feel like you're having that full moon moment that you're just going to release the disappointment that you have been carrying because of it holding you up. Why is moving on here? For Leo, relocation, closure, goodbye. Yeah, you're moving on because you feel like you can have way more success. Six of Wands. Okay, you can have a better outcome. All right. The Ten of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Six of Swords. I feel like you can have, you're moving on because you feel like you can have a better outcome. You can really truly have what is it you want and desire for yourself. And you're making that tough decision. Queen of Swords energy. All right. I feel like you're coming with love, but you're also coming with the truth. And you're moving on to something better. Okay. You're releasing this situation. And it's because of the King of Cups. You might feel like if this is a masculine that you had deep emotion for, you might feel like this person made a decision that was like detrimental to a long-term commitment between the two of you. And, you know, maybe you feared reinvesting your energy back into this. And it created almost like a limbo, stuck energy for you. But you've been getting all type of signs and synchronicities that's been telling you like you're rushing into things or you're overthinking that or you know, like that would be rushed or that would be like, you know, unwise. Okay. Especially with the Knight of Swords, like, you know, Knight of Swords with the Hermit is kind of saying like, think about that. You know, you need to think about that. Right? It's because of this Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. Why is this here? For Leo. Why is this here for Leo? It's the overall energy. Okay. The Four of Wands and the Two of Cups. Okay. So this could be someone that you were in a relationship with, someone that, you know, you had union with, you found stability with. This is your partner. And the emotions for this person is definitely there. Queen of Cups energy. You love this person. But I feel like you are done kind of like juggling this. Okay. You're not happy with it. All right. And you're ready to rebuild. You're ready to move on. Okay. You're ready to like start anew. You don't want to keep carrying this with you. Okay. It's like, yes, I had a relationship with you. Yes, we had something together, you know. but I feel like you're ready to just let it go. Like it's kind of energy is given. Why is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo here? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, for Leah. Yeah. Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Wands. Okay. So you do want something more balanced, more equal, okay, fair, equal give and take. And this, I feel like, is what you're communicating. Okay. You're communicating your choice, your decision with the Two of Wands. Okay. That's you choosing to go in a different direction or this being your plan. Okay. And you're doing what you communicate what you plan to do. You're communicating the action you plan to take. Because whatever they have been doing is something that's been like maybe holding you back from making a decision on this. But you're seeing things from a different perspective. You're seeing it more so as manipulation, you know, like just distorting you mentally, and you're ending it. Okay. Look, see? Yeah, you're like, no, I can't do it. It's a problem for me. I can't do it. So although the love is there, you're like, but it's done now. So that's the vibe for you this weekend. Let's give you some advice, Leo. Advice for Leo this weekend? Yeah, that devil energy kind of showing. Okay. Right. Advice for Leo this weekend, Spirit? Advice for Leo this weekend. Advice for Leo this weekend with this scenario. Stories we tell ourselves. Are you narrating your life through a lens of limitation or empowerment? Are you saying you can get away from the situation or that you can't? Okay. And it's because of the prison of regret. The past cannot be rewritten, but your future is still yours to create. You can't do nothing about how things happened in the past. But if you want something different for your life going forward, that you can influence. Okay? Okay. Moving on to who? Okay, look. Oh, Virgo. Leah, Virgo. Yeah, I know. I'm still seeing that Beyonce song in my head. Okay. Virgo. Okay. All right. Okay. Virgo. All right. Virgo, let's see what the vibes are for you this weekend. All right. Now, if the reading does not resonate, don't try to make it. Okay. Ooh, okay. Got a lot going on, Virgo. Like, for real. Anybody else throw the deck out of my hand? All right. What's going on with you, Virgo? All right. All right. For Virgo spirit. So something to be paying off for you. Maybe you're getting like some understanding or clarity of what you truly do want, like what your happy ever after looks like. Okay. Maybe you feel like it's time for you to just, you know, rest and relax or rejuvenate or have some type of healing moment. I don't know. Maybe going to a spa. Let's see. What are the vibes, the weekend vibes for Virgo spirit? Please make it clear. Weekend vibes for Virgo. Weekend vibes for Virgo. Divine timing. Not yet. Trust the process. Alignment. Okay. Because of Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and toxic behavior. I saw it. I saw that when I was shuffling. Okay. There's some type of toxic behavior happening. So spirit's like, not yet. It's like warning you maybe. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you're about to end something. Okay. Okay. Spirit's like, not yet. All right. Maybe you just need to take a break. Take some time to heal. Take some time to regroup. Okay. Yeah. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's like that's not the right time. Wait till the right time. Yeah. 7 of Pentacles. Wait. It's like wait. All right. One more. Yeah. You're Spirit's asking you to wait to end the cycle. Right. Okay. Why is divine timing here as the vibe for Virgo this weekend? Not yet. Trust the process. Alignment. Okay. So there's definitely a stressful decision, okay, with the 9 of Swords energy and the King of Swords, okay? There's a stressful decision. This decision is causing you a lot of anguish, okay, or stress. The Ace of Swords, the 4 of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles because of the 9 of Wands, okay? So I feel like Spirit is like, you'll get the clarity you need, okay? You just need to take a break from someone, okay? Or just take a break, period. Because with the 9 of Wands energy, you're going through a lot, okay? And you carrying, grief with you too, okay? So whatever's going on with you right now is impacting you emotionally. So Spirit's like, no need to make a decision now. Just take a break, okay? Take some time to yourself. Give yourself like almost like recovery period, okay? And it's something going on with a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, okay? Why is the Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio here for Virgo? It's like you'll get the clarity you need, like I guess after you take like a moment for yourself. Yeah. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Why is this here for Virgo? Yeah. Okay. This could be someone that you are in union with, or someone that wants union. Okay. King of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Maybe they're changing their effort or changing how they're coming towards you, or they want you to. And it's because of the Knight of Cups and the 2 of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like someone is like, coming towards you differently, or, this is someone that wants union, and maybe they're coming towards you, like changing their effort or changing how they show up. But I feel like with the 2 of Swords energy and the Wheel of Fortune, where it's like, like don't make a decision. It's not the right time. Okay. It's because of the Death energy and the 4 of Cups. I feel like you have to like, there has to be like some type of change to, some type of change to like maybe you need to release some dissatisfaction, or like release some something you're not happy with. Maybe you need time to release something you're not happy with. Why is the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy here? Virgo. Okay, look. Yeah, the Hierophant and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so there's Spirit's saying divine timing, not yet. Trust the process when it comes to like a decision. Okay, you're stressed about some decision. Spirit's like, you'll get the clarity you need. Just take a break. Okay. And with the King and Queen of Pentacles here, this can be like someone you are attached to. Okay. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio is maybe the love that you have for someone that you're in union with. Okay. Maybe you want to work on like a commitment, making something solid. And it's because of some communication. Maybe someone's communicating that's what they're ready for. And maybe you feel like weighed down or guilty because of like, the past, or like, your kids. Okay. The 9 of Cups and the King of Wands is, wanting like something like that's a wish fulfilled, but maybe you feeling like stuck on what action to take. So Spirit's like, just wait, because it's making you like hold back from it also. The Spirit's like, just wait. Okay. Anything else for divine timing for Virgo? Not yet. Trust the process. Mm. Yeah. So you're holding back from a judgment, or Spirit's asking you to hold back from a judgment because of an Ace of Cups. Okay. This could be an opportunity for something new. So hold back from a decision because of an opportunity for something new. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So spirit could be asking you to wait to end a cycle, maybe wait to end an old cycle because they might try to resist you from taking action towards something new. It's like spirit's asking you to be real strategic for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. Let's give you some advice. Give you some advice, Virgo. Spirit's asking you to be real strategic for some reason. One more for Virgo. Advice this weekend. So just take some time for you to like maybe recover. Like, just take a break. Right? Advice for Virgo. Advice for Virgo. This scenario this weekend. The mirror effect. What frustrates you and others is a reflection of something unhealed within you. Okay. See, that's what Spirit was saying. Like, you just might need to take a break, you know what I'm saying, from something, like, so you can release something. Okay. Abandonment echoes. Okay. Recognize where feelings of rejection stem from. Trust that you are never truly alone. Okay. Yeah. You might need to release some abandonment issues or maybe like something from a past connection before you proceed because of breaking karmic cycles. Recognize repeating patterns and take action to break generational wounds. Okay. There's more that needs to be addressed. It's kind of what it's giving. Okay. So you just need some time to yourself. like right now to just like recover, No need to like make a decision right now. Like you'll have the clarity you need. Okay. Just take some time to yourself. Moving on to Libra. For Libra spirit. What's the weekend vibes for Libra? Yeah. Three's a crowd is on the bottom. Weekend vibes for Libra. Weekend vibes for Libra spirit. Ooh, okay. Celebration, dating, and expect changes. Okay. So you could be celebrating or dating with someone, all right? And spirit could be asking you to expect changes. Autumn. Okay. And it's because of wishes coming true. Okay. Teacher right behind that. Maybe someone learned a lesson, right? That's what teachers do. They give out lessons. For Libra spirit, please clarify these messages for Libra. One more. Okay. Ready? Two of Cups is on the bottom. All right, Libra, let's see. Why is celebration dating the vibe for you this weekend? Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. So maybe you've been working. I feel like Libra, maybe you've been focusing more so on your finances and your stability. They've been like, just like hustling, working. Okay. Especially with the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. Maybe you've been, maybe you're questioning someone that could be trying to like support you or give love to you or show up for you. You might be looking at them sideways. Yeah. Okay. This could be a King of Wands, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. But this is a king that is taking action towards you. Okay. I do feel like with the Seven of Wands energy and the Knight of Wands, you do have a block up to this person because you might see them as a player. Okay. We saw the energy of Three's a crowd. So you might be like, no, you're a player. No, I don't have time for that. I'm focusing on my coin. Okay. Yeah. And it's because of the Four of Cups. You've experienced dissatisfaction with this person already. Okay. You've experienced it before. Okay. But Spirit is saying expect changes. Why is this here for Libra? Why is expect changes here for Libra? I don't like that. Expect changes for Libra. I'm looking at the Empress energy on the bottom of this deck, and that is your energy, Libra. Expect changes. It's clarified by the Five of Pentacles. Okay. With the Fool in the world. Okay. I feel like the Five of Pentacles for me is the energy of neglect. So I feel like Spirit's asking you to expect changes when it comes to that feeling of neglect because of someone stepping out on faith or doing something unexpected. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and Justice. Okay. So someone's been looking at, maybe like what's been keeping things stuck, Um, didn't I see trust issues somewhere? I don't know. Maybe like yeah, it's like whatever this energy of lack is making someone like maybe reevaluate things, maybe reevaluate how they're showing up or how they presented themselves. So if they felt limited in some way, maybe they're making things right. Okay, because there is an offer here where something that might have been stuck is changing somehow. Right? And it's because of wishes coming true. Why is wishes coming true here for Libra? Wishes coming true. Yeah. The Ace of Cups and the Five of Cups because of the Magician. Okay, so this is a wish coming true. Okay, you're having a new beginning or being offered an opportunity for a new beginning, maybe after a disappointing experience. Okay, yeah, you manifested an opportunity to rebuild. Okay, so this communication that's coming in is about equal give and take. You can expect some changes in this energy of lack. Okay, because of someone that has maybe like reevaluated things. Okay, maybe they looked at how they have been dishonest or how they've been keeping things stuck. Okay, the Hierophant and the Knight of Cups. So if you're like questioning how someone's coming towards you, they're coming towards you because they want commitment. Okay, this can be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, but it could be someone that you're just not talking to right now. Okay, because you're coming through as the Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and they're coming through as the King of Swords, King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay, this is definitely someone that wants to maybe talk about things. Maybe talk about why they walked away, or maybe just go over things so that you guys can let it go. Okay. They've been hiding some things that they've been struggling with, but they are releasing those things or closing out that part of their life. So they're changing. Okay. Yeah. So let's give you some advice, Libra. Advice for Libra for the weekend here in this scenario. Advice for Libra with this situation this weekend, this vibe that they are encountering this weekend, the mirror effect. Okay. What frustrates you in others is a reflection of something unhealed within you. Okay. Because of emotions in the body, unprocessed emotions often manifest physically. Listen to what your body is telling you. Okay. And I feel like maybe you have not been listening to your body or listening to the emotions within because you've been focusing on what? The coin. You can't shut that out though. Okay? You can't shut out the emotions. That's important. Right. So that's your advice, Libra. Moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio. What's the weekend vibe for you, Scorpio? Got messages on the bottom. Could be getting a message. Ooh, I like that. We have lies, deception, secrecy. I don't like that, but I like how the cards came out. Let it go. Release. Don't look back. Okay. And know your worth. Okay. And it's because of healing, self-care. Okay. Karmic cycle right behind that. Repetition, soul lesson, closure. Okay. I feel like you are finding your closure in something. Scorpio. Please, Holy Spirit, clarify these messages for Scorpio this weekend. It's the weekend vibe. Okay. It could be some lies or deception that you are letting go of. Okay. Maybe Spirit just wants you to like know your worth. Don't carry that stuff around with you. All right. Yeah, because I feel like you are healing. Why is lies, deception, and secrecy the vibe for Scorpio this weekend? Lies, deception, secrecy. The 10 of coins and the Fool. Yeah. Maybe you experience lies, deception, and secrecy in a long-term commitment. Okay. Or something that was a part of your, your foundation, like, your long-term stability. Okay. Yeah, you might feel like, you handle things foolishly in that long-term commitment. You might feel like that caused you some delays in life. But I feel like Spirit's asking you to release that with the world. Yeah, let it go. Okay, because there's another opportunity coming towards you. Okay. The 10 of Cups and the Page of Swords, right? So I feel like because you have experienced lies, deception, or secrecy in a long-term commitment, it's also jading your view of you being able to have your happily ever after. Okay. Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So I feel like that is some why Spirit is asking you to release it. So that things can move into a better state for you. If you're carrying around that past experience and it's jading you to be able to even envision more, then Spirit's asking you to stop and reflect. Okay. Yeah. Why is let it go here for Scorpio? Yeah. Because you're ready to do so. You're ready to let that go. That's what you want. Star and Justice. Okay. You want to heal from this situation. You want to release it. Okay. And Spirit's like, yeah, and you should. Okay. Because with the Lovers energy on the bottom, there is a connection I feel like that is coming in for you, or there is a major decision that needs to be made. And with the King of Swords energy right behind that, you need to be ready to make it. Okay. It's really saying. Right. So Spirit's asking you to know your worth. Know that whatever you did experience has no influence on who you are. Okay. And that you can have that 10 of Cups. Why is know your worth here for Scorpio? Yeah. But the Fool and the Wheel of Fortune, okay, it's like you're doubting yourself. Okay. Things that are changing for you in your life, I feel like Spirit wants you to be at peace with those changes because they're all for your highest good. The Moon and the Page of Coins is you being afraid of opportunities. Okay. Because of you maybe having something that was surface level or not giving you much. Okay. Yeah, it costs almost like you is making it more difficult for you to, choose new opportunities in your life or to, choose, just choose, right? And it's because of healing, self-care, right? Why is this the overall energy for Scorpio? Yeah, the Devil. Right? It's causing you to not even care for yourself. Okay. 7 of Coins. It's causing you delays. It's like hanging you up. If that makes sense, it's causing you to it's holding up your success, right? So it's a time this weekend for maybe you to focus more so on healing and self-care. Okay. So you can release, energy of lies and deception that could have happened in a long-term commitment. Right. I saw energy before when it was like, you can't change the past, but you can certainly change your future. Right. So don't allow this to carry you or hold you back, or don't carry this with you going forward. Okay. The Seven of Wands and the Five of Swords. You're being blocked by the mental conflict. Okay. You're being blocked by doubt. Okay. Because the Empress and the Strength card, Nine of Wands. Progress was resisted through struggle. Okay. So it's like, I was in a situation that was supposed to progress, but it didn't. It was just a bunch of BS. Yeah, that was that experience. You can't change the past, but you can change the future. And so Spirit wants you to maybe heal, care for yourself, focus more on yourself maybe this weekend so that you can release some of the things that may be like causing you to be jaded or not even want to, explore opportunities of happily ever after because of your past experience. Okay. Yeah. So let's get you some advice, Scorpio. Advice for Scorpio this weekend. Spirit. Okay. Yeah. Advice for Scorpio this weekend, Spirit. Advice for Scorpio. Codependency patterns. Evaluate where you rely on others for emotional stability. Reclaim your own power. Okay. Spirit does not want you to rely on others for emotional stability. Okay. The guilt trap. Release unnecessary guilt. Self-blame keeps you chained to cycles of suffering. Did we just talk about that? Yeah. It's like yeah. And it's all because of unexpressed grief. Suppressed sorrow manifests in unexpected ways. Allow yourself to mourn fully. Okay. You have to release completely something that wasn't the best. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this side of the zodiac needs to heal. And the other side of the zodiac is partying. I don't understand. But it's what it's given. It's what it's given. I'm just, that's the energy is coming through with. Did I cleanse? Yeah. Do you love shaking? Do you love shaking? Do you love shaking? Do you love shaking? All right. Sagittarius. And cleansing up, Like I said, this side of the zodiac was given healing. Let's see if it maintains that energy. For the weekend, Spirit. For Sagittarius. What's the weekend vibe for the Sagittarius? Right. Holy Spirit is in heaven. What is the weekend vibe for the Sagittarius? Block and silence on the bottom. What is going on? Weekend vibe for Sag this weekend. Okay. Take a gamble. Okay. Take a gamble. Maybe someone's taking a gamble on you, or you are taking a gamble. Gaslighting, denial, mind games, emotional control, okay? And jealousy, insecurity, fear of loss, comparison. Okay. And it's because of wishes coming true. Twin flame journey. Okay. So wishes could be coming true with you in a twin flame journey. Maybe Spirit's asking you to take a gamble. Maybe you're in denial that wishes are coming true. Okay. Maybe you feel like Someone's trying to gaslight you, play mind games. You know? There's some insecurity there or fear of loss. Why is take a gamble here for Sagittarius? The Hermit, Virgo energy. Okay. All right, with 3 of Wands. All right, you've been thinking about your future. You've been thinking about your future, but you all have been holding back from doing anything about it. Okay. Anything else for take a gamble? Spirit's like, nah, take a gamble. Come out there. Yeah. You're thinking a lot about your future, but you're holding back from doing anything about it. Okay. The 3 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. There could be a friend that, wants to, spark something up with you. Okay. This could be a manifestation of yours. Okay. This person is coming towards you. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, but this could be a manifestation of yours. It could be a friend that wants to spark something up with you. Spirit could be asking you to take a gamble. I don't know. It's a familiar energy, and I feel like you've been thinking about this familiar energy. 1, 2, but take a gamble. 3, okay. Yeah, with the High Priestess, yeah, yeah. You maybe be keeping this to yourself, but it seems like there's an opportunity here. Why is gaslighting here? Denial, mind games, emotional control for Sagittarius. Yeah, you don't want to be foolish. Okay, there is an offer here. That Page of Coins. There's an opportunity. There is peeking through. But you don't want to be foolish. You feel like this could be like gaslighting, someone playing mind games, trying to, throw you off in a way. Okay. The Hierophant and the 3 of Wands. Okay. Like if someone's talking to you about commitment in the future, like you guys like creating some type of life together. Like if you're talking to someone, maybe things are getting better in the communication and it's generating this energy of maybe like wanting to have like a life together. Yeah. Anything else for gaslighting for Sagittarius? But whatever their, this offer is or whatever they're offering, you might feel like they're playing mind games with you. You feel like, like I can't be foolish here. Maybe you're in denial of it. You feel like someone's trying to gaslight you. For Sagittarius, gaslighting. Okay. Yeah. The 5 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. Okay. It's something. 7 of Swords on the bottom. You don't trust this situation, this person. Okay. You're reflecting on the disappointment that has occurred with the 5 of Cups. But Spirit's saying things can move on into a better state. I feel like Spirit's asking you to kind of change your mindset. Okay. Yeah, because the overall energy is your wishes coming true. Okay. There is jealousy here, insecurity, or fear of loss, or a comparison, or something happening here. Why is jealousy here? Okay. High Priestess and the Knight of Swords. The World and the Page of Coins. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like spirits, you may be thinking this way, where you may be like comparing the situation to how things were in the past. Maybe like develop, generating like or focusing on your own insecurities in the situation. But I feel like spirit is asking you to use your intuition in this, because with the world, a cycle is changing. This is spirit talking to you. 2 major arcana spirits like, nah, it ain't the same. You're comparing it to the disappointment from the past. Okay. Yeah. So that's what this offer is, and it can be coming from someone that you see as your match. It can be another fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but it's definitely someone that's taking action towards you. Anything else for jealousy? Okay. The 8 of Cups and Judgment. Okay. Letting the past go and revisiting this. Okay. That could be like the offer or the opportunity. But it's because of the 4 of Coins. Like maybe you're holding back, or you're holding back. Okay. Yeah. Because of grief, sorrow, pain. Right. Why is wishes coming true? The overall energy for Sag this weekend, though. The Ten of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Devil, and the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands trying to go in reverse. Okay. You have a habit of being in, okay, like, okay. And I feel like with the Devil energy, this could be like energy that has been placed on you. You know, it's someone definitely has you in this. You feel gaslit by someone because of their past behaviors. You know, it's just what it is. You know, but this can also be something that you continuously do to yourself, or you know, maybe even like make things harder than what they need to be. Because with the Ten of Wands energy and the Ace of Cups, so you're making this very difficult to come through. Okay. It's because of the Lovers and the Knight of Coins. This is a connection that has taken some time to develop. Okay. Yeah. And maybe someone's coming to speak up to you, speak their truth to you, and I feel like you're, you know, not, you feel like they're gaslighting you. Okay. Yeah. It's like you're carrying around these, this devil energy. Okay. Which is like, you know, negative views of things, or weights, or this jealousy or insecurity, whatever it is you're, you know, carrying around. So it's like your wishes are coming true, but you don't believe it. You're making new beginning very difficult to come through. Anything else for wishes coming true for Sag? One. Ooh. The 10 of Coins and the 3 of Swords because of the Chariot. It's almost as if an opportunity for something long term is being like destroyed in a way. Or the burden that is blocking this opportunity for a new beginning is this grief from a long-term commitment. Okay. Yeah, because it's almost as if spirit, God, source is giving you opportunity to move forward, but you're feeling like I can't. You're like, I can't for whatever reason. So let's give you some advice. Again, it's giving the energy of this side of the zodiac is healing. The other side of the zodiac is like, woo! And this side of the zodiac is healing or needs to. Advice for Sagittarius this weekend, Spirit, with this vibe. What's the advice for Sagittarius this weekend? Dark Night of the Soul. You are undergoing deep transformation. Trust that this darkness is leading to light. Okay? Because spiritual bypassing, avoiding pain with positivity delays growth. Embrace the full spectrum of your emotions. Okay? Can't act like it's not there. It is. And it's bleeding into everything going forward. All right? All right. Moving on to Capricorn. All right, Cap. Let's see. What's the vibe for you this weekend? Okay. Well, you can have some messages coming through, maybe about celebrating or dating in a way. Okay. Could be some distance travel or adventure. All right, with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Or you could be doing it. What's the weekend vibe for Capricorn this weekend? Well, yeah, weekend vibe for Capricorn. Okay, a lot. Toxic behavior, control, manipulation, obsession. Make a choice. Maybe you have a toxic habit of, you know, trying to control things or like, allowing that to influence your decision making, look closely. It's within you. Maybe you allow those things to like influence your thought process when it comes to a decision. Know your worth. Happily ever after. The chaser, attachment, seeking validation. Blocked, silence. Okay. Because of celebration and dating. Dream big. Okay. So I feel like a chaser is being blocked. Okay. Someone that could be seeking validation. Maybe you are making a choice. Maybe you are looking closely at something, knowing your worth. Okay. As far as what you can have, what you can't have. That happily ever after energy, to me is like, you having what you ultimately want, like and desire, happily ever after. All right, let's see. Toxic behavior for Capricorn this weekend. Why is this here? Control, manipulation, obsession. Toxic behavior. With this snake, like having the heart like captured, I feel like maybe you've been letting some toxic behavior control your emotions. Yep. Well, that could be changing for you this weekend. Okay, with the Wheel of Fortune, right? The Sun card and the Page of Coins. I feel like you are very happy with an offer or an opportunity that is coming through. This opportunity could lead to something major with the Ten of Coins, right? The Nine of Swords with the Three of Cups on the bottom. A little bit of stress around it though. Okay. And this could be because of other people. I feel like other people are talking about it. Other people have like influence on it or judgment on it. Okay. Devil energy right behind that. That could be the toxic energy. Okay. You allowing that to maybe like influence your decision making because making choices right next to that. Okay. It's like you are, maybe like opening up to change. Something's making you very happy, but there's a little anxiety around it too. Why is make a choice here for Capricorn this weekend? It's a weekend vibe. Weekend vibe for Capricorn. Okay. The World, the High Priestess, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Okay. Because of Temperance. All right, so Spirit wants you to stop hiding something. Okay, it's like stop hiding. Okay, like listen to your intuition. Close out a cycle of something that you're hiding or keeping within. And this can be about the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords is like a new beginning that you should be honest about. Then now the Ace of Wands can be something that is superficial, here today, gone tomorrow. But I feel like Spirit wants you to be honest about it, and make a choice, okay? Because with Temperance and the Four of Swords, right, it's like Spirit wants you to maybe have some peace in a situation, okay? So look closely is your next message this weekend. It's within you, okay? If you're wondering like, what should I do? Spirit's like, look closely, it's within you, okay? Yeah, the devil is within you, okay? You are maybe carrying around some grief with the Three of Swords, and it could be around a feminine energy, or it could be just around like what you've have experienced emotionally. Yeah, and the Eight of Coins. I feel like that's impacting the effort that you give, okay? Because the Two of Coins is on the bottom. Maybe it's causing you to like kind of juggle or, you know, be uncertain about two opportunities or, about opportunities in general. Know your worth. Okay. Yeah, the Ten of Swords and the Star. Okay. Know your worth is being clarified by the Ten of Swords and the Star, because Spirit wants you to know whatever you have experienced that wasn't the best, you can recover from. Okay, because with the Page of Wands on the bottom, there is an opportunity of movement or an opportunity that is exciting to you. And with the Eight of Wands right behind that, I feel like Spirit is asking you to engage. Okay, or saying that you can engage. Okay, because if it's producing this happily ever after energy for you, don't feel like you can't have it. Know your worth. Like whatever you have experienced, you can recover from. Why is happily ever after here for Capricorn? Okay. It's up to you though. Okay. With the Emperor and the Lovers, you have to make the decision. Okay. You have to be bold enough to do so. Okay. Whatever was disappointing to you, whatever just wasn't the best, allow that to crumble. Okay. Allow that to disappear, to fall away. Right. The Chaser, attachment, seeking validation. Okay. So someone may try to chase you, okay, with the Three of Coins to maybe work things out, rebuild, to maybe have a new beginning. Empress energy and the Ace of Cups, maybe to progress things, to start a love situation over again. Maybe wanting to move things into a better state, to commit. But with the Nine of Wands energy and the Chariot, there's something that is making that very difficult to move forward or hard to move forward. Why is blocked here? Blocked in silence. Okay. Yeah. Why is blocked in silence here for Capricorn? The Three of Cups and the Nine of Coins. Yeah, you could be blocking spending time with someone. And it could be because of you maybe not feeling ready. Okay. Especially with the Queen of Coins and the King of Cups, Queen of Swords. I feel like you don't trust someone or trust how you feel about someone. Why is blocked here for Capricorn? Right. Strength card and Judgment. Yeah, you're resisting revisiting something or resisting a judgment because of the Temperance energy. You need time. Okay. It's like you being in balance. Okay. Yeah. Four Swords and the Two of Cups. You need to recover from a connection before you can make a decision. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you're wondering, like, well, why is this so hard for me? Why is it so hard for me to make a choice? It's within you. Okay. You're carrying around some grief. That is impacting how you show up or the effort you give. Okay. Either to yourself or to situations. Mm-hmm. And it's all because of celebration dating. Why is this here for Capricorn this weekend? Weekend vibe. It seems like you're happy with an opportunity, but you're also stressed about it too. The Page of Cups, the Four of Coins, and the Ace of Cups. Okay. So there could be like a message that for mending, and maybe a message from someone you've been holding back from, or someone that's been holding back from you. Opportunity to have a new beginning. Temperance to a Tower. Okay. Opportunity to commit. But the Nine of Wands in a connection. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So whatever apology is coming through or message that is coming through, is making you happy. Okay. It's making you excited, but it's also causing you stress as well. If there's something that is keeping you from making this choice, Spirit is asking you to look within you. Okay. Know your worth and know that whatever has happened to you before, you can recover from, but it's up to you. Okay. So there's energy that's, coming through. Someone's coming through to rebuild, but you're blocking it. So the Ace of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Knight of Swords. There's an opportunity for something strong here that definitely can progress, but you got to be sure, okay? And let go of some grief that you are carrying around with you, okay? Tempering some disappointment, some sadness. That's 7 of Wands, creating a block to you, right? You got to release it. It's an opportunity for something solid that can truly progress, but you got to be sure. Okay? Advice for Capricorn. What advice do you have for Capricorn this weekend? Advice for Capricorn when it comes to this scenario this weekend? Emotional repression. Bottling emotions leads to stagnation. Find a safe way to express your true feelings. Okay. Can't bottle it up though. Okay. And it's because of spiritual bypassing. Avoiding pain with positivity delays growth. Embrace the full spectrum of your emotions. All of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. All right. Moving on to Aquarius. Someone might think you are the peanut butter to their jelly. Okay. Aquarius. Oh, that was for Aquarius. Someone might think you are the peanut butter to their jelly. So for Aquarius spirit, what is the weekend vibe for Aquarius? Weekend vibe for Aquarius. Look, happily ever after is on the bottom. Someone thinks you are the peanut butter to their jelly. Weekend vibe for Aquarius. Weekend vibe for Aquarius spirit. And time for a new direction. Changes are ahead. Okay. And new arrival. Okay. You could be meeting someone new that's like, you are the peanut butter to my jelly, and it's confusing you. Okay. With confusion and turmoil, you don't know if this is a manifestation or what. You're like, what is this? I don't know what's going on. Listen, we like it. For Aquarius spirit. Why are these messages here for Aquarius this weekend? Weekend vibe for Aquarius. Getting some communication, something's happening. All right. Why is time for a new direction here for Aquarius? Changes are ahead. Time for a new direction. Changes are ahead. The Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. Okay? Because of the Two of Swords. There is an opportunity for change, an opportunity for a new beginning, but you're avoiding it. Okay? You're going back and forth with it because you're avoiding an ending. Okay? You're avoiding an ending. Okay? And it's delaying things. It's holding things up. Opportunity for something solid, but you're kind of on the fence about it because you're avoiding an ending. Okay? It's time for a new direction. Changes are ahead. Rising here for Aquarius. Time for a new direction. Changes are ahead. And the Nine of Swords, because the Emperor. Okay. All right. So, and this kind of flipped in reverse. The confusion and turmoil. Okay. I feel like you're coming out of confusion, maybe. And it could be because of you taking control over something that is blocking you, something that is causing you some stress. With going in a new direction. Okay. If you feel like you have to just boss up, when it comes to that situation or whatever it is. Why is new arrival here? Okay. The Six of Cups and the Tower. Okay. Whatever this new arrival is causing a tower to something in your past. Okay. Yeah. And you're moving forward, I feel. Why is new arrival here for Aquarius? Yeah, 10 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. Okay. Your past has definitely been keeping you rather stuck. Okay. Burden and stuck. All right. So this new arrival is here, but you are maybe avoiding going in a new direction. You're avoiding moving towards it. And it's because of confusion and turmoil, but it kind of flipped in reverse. And I feel like Spirit's maybe saying you're coming out of that confusion and turmoil this weekend. Let's see. Confusion and turmoil. Why is this the overall energy for Aquarius? You're coming out of it. The Ten of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Moon. Okay. Yeah. It's like you're going towards the unknown. Okay. You're seeing it as the Ten of Cups. You're like, I just got to do it. Okay. You have the Knight of Wands on the bottom and the Six of Wands, the Sun. Whatever you're doing, you're going towards like what you deem to be like success or a victory or a positive outcome. Is bringing you joy and happiness. Okay. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune is definitely, it's a huge change. Okay. Yeah, but you feel like it's like a responsible change. Like you feel like it's a good change. Okay. I feel like whatever you were confused or, maybe even like going through turmoil about at some point, you're not confused or anymore. Yeah. The Magician and the High Priestess, you see it as a manifestation. You're listening to your intuition. Okay. And what was right behind confusion and turmoil? Magic and manifestation. You see that? Mm-hmm. You might have been confused before, but you're not confused anymore. You're seeing it as a manifestation. And even though it's fearful, you're going towards it. You're not confused anymore. Let's get you some advice, Aquarius. This is good stuff. This good stuff is happening for you. Advice for Aquarius Spirit this weekend, this scenario, this vibe this weekend. Advice for Aquarius with this vibe this weekend, Spirit. Advice for Aquarius this weekend. Emotions in the body. Unprocessed emotions often manifest physically. Listen to what your body is telling you. Okay. Because of the prison of regret, the past cannot be rewritten, but your future is still yours to create. All right. Listen to your body. Don't allow stresses from the past to make you feel like, oh, I need to fix the past, or I need this with the past, or whatever. Your past can't be rewritten, but how you move forward can. So don't allow yourself to be held back. Moving on to Pisces. For the Pisces in the place. It's still Pisces season, right? I think so. I think it changes tomorrow, right? Happy birthday to all the Pisceans. For Pisces Spirit. The weekend vibe for Pisces. Oh, I saw the topic energy again. But I also see time to celebrate. Yeah, celebration and dating. So if something has been rather toxic, maybe it's changing. Weekend vibe for Pisces. Ooh, okay. Happily ever after. Lies, deception, secrecy. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Career shift, work, change, calling. Feminine energy. So there's definitely something happening for you, Pisces. It could be like you're happily ever after. You might not believe it. Okay. It may have to do with something with work. Okay. Maybe your work is changing. Maybe something's happening like as far as your calling and then feminine energies here. Okay. And it's because of new doors are opening, new home even. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius right behind that. You might need to make a decision. Okay. Emotions could be running high with some messages that are coming through. All right. Well, let's see what's coming in for you. For Pisces Spirit, please clarify these messages. All right. Happily ever after for Pisces. Why is this energy here for Pisces this weekend? Okay. The vibe for Pisces this weekend. Happily ever after. Mm-hmm. Six of Swords and the Seven of Coins. With the moon on the bottom. Mm-hmm. So I feel like a masculine could be coming towards you or could be taking certain action towards you. Because it could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but this is a masculine that's taking action. And it could be causing you some, a little worry. Okay. Because things are moving into a better state. Things are getting better, and I feel like it's more so about it's like going towards like long term, like, it's like real investment. Okay. It's almost like you're getting your happily ever after. Things are moving into a better state, but it's causing you a little bit of fear. And I feel like it's because this action that someone is taking that has been delayed for some time. So you're like, anything else for happily ever after for Pisces? Yeah, I feel like that's the energy of the last deception and secrecy. You're like, anything else? No, I don't think so. One, two, three. No. Okay. Yeah. King of Cups is on the bottom. So it definitely could be a masculine that you have deep emotion for. Okay. Why is lies, deception, secrecy here for Pisces? Yeah, the Five of Coins and the Ace of Swords. Okay. Mm-hmm. I feel like you don't believe someone. This could be someone that left you out in the cold, abandoned you, neglected you in some way. And maybe they're, being honest about it. Maybe they're apologizing. Maybe they want to fix things. But you're having a hard time trusting it. Maybe why is lies, deception, secrecy here for Pisces? Okay, yeah, the Five of Swords. You feel like someone's trying to play you. Okay, yeah, because with the High Priestess and the Moon, you feel like something's, like something's not being shared. You don't trust it. Mm-hmm. You feel like someone's trying to play you. Okay. Why is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio here? Yeah, someone's giving you a lot of attention. I feel someone's like, recognizing you or showing up for you. Why is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio here for Pisces this weekend? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio for Pisces. Mm-hmm. The Four of Swords and the Two of Wands. Okay, yeah, someone wants to repair things with you. Okay, the Two of Wands and the Strength cards, like you're resisting this choice. Okay, you're resisting this choice. Anything else for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Mm-hmm. The Four of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Mm. I feel like you're resisting this choice because of you maybe being like disappointed with what you were receiving. Okay. Now someone wants to rebuild, now maybe they're feeling ready to do so. This is coming through more so it's like a tower to you. And I feel like that's the shock. It's kind of happening. Career shift, work, change, calling. Why is this here for Pisces? The Devil and the Ten of Coins. So someone may want you to change your career, okay? Or feels like your calling is unhealthy, okay? To like the two of you coming together, Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, okay? Yeah, maybe someone may see your calling as like demonic, or like your work as a negative. Okay. Career shift for Pisces. The Strength card and the Hangman. Okay, yeah. That could have caused resistance. Okay. But maybe someone's changing their perspective around you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially if there's like a heavy attraction towards you. It's like maybe they're allowing their feelings around your career to settle. Why is feminine energy here for Pisces? The Tower and the Lovers. Okay. So something is definitely causing someone to maybe make a decision that they were maybe stuck in their head about when it comes to like being in a relationship. Feminine energy. There's a sudden change. It's someone's decision. The Seven of Cups and the Six of Coins. Right. Someone was maybe like worried about like if they could like match you in a way, or question if they could match you. Queen of Cups is on the bottom. Okay. But it's like wanting to revisit that happiness or revisit the happiness. Yeah. Wanting an opportunity to progress things. And it's all because of new doors are opening, new home. Why is this the overall energy for Pisces? New doors are opening for Pisces. Because new doors are opening that someone wants to come together with you. Three of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Mm-hmm. New doors are opening for Pisces. Yeah, the Empress and the Hermit. Okay. It's like someone that sees progress with you. They see growth. Okay. This could be someone that ghosted in the past. Now they're like ready for change. So new doors are opening. That could be the reason why someone wants to come together with you or wants to like spend time with you because they see you as someone that's, you know, growing or progressing, or see you as someone that is abundant. The Moon and the Page of Cups, you're questioning this apology or this message that's coming through. Okay. The Ace, you see it as a block. Okay. You're like, no, this is not good for me. Okay. With the Lovers and the Eight of Swords, you feel like this connection is going to keep you stuck. You don't trust it. You don't think that this is a wish fulfilled for you. You don't believe it. You're like, no, this is not what I want. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anything else for new doors are opening for Pisces? The Three of Coins and the Two of Cups. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like that's the reason why someone wants to like rebuild a connection is because of them seeing, you know, like making a decision. They're making a decision to commit because of like opportunity for abundance, like 10 of coins, like money, finances, and stability and benefits. You know, someone's looking at you almost like an opportunity. Page of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, Five of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's like you can see clearly that this is a problem. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're avoiding giving this any effort. Okay. It's because you know, mm-hmm, yeah, they want your attention, mm-hmm, but they're not being honest about something. It's like this is a wish fulfilled when it comes to like being in a relationship. But you're thinking of like about the past, okay? And maybe like, you know, like what someone could be hiding, you know? All right. So let's give you some advice, Pisces. Because maybe you're getting to conclusions, maybe you're not. But let's see. Okay. For Pisces, spirit, advice for Pisces. Advice for Pisces, spirit. This weekend, the weekend vibes. Advice for Pisces. The soul's longing. What parts of yourself have you neglected? Your soul is calling for deeper connection. Okay. And it's because of emotional suppression. Bottling emotions leads to stagnation. Find a way to express your true feelings. Okay. And the fear of love is behind that. Okay. So I feel like Spirit wants you to express how you're feeling. You fear loving on this situation, or you fear giving up yourself to the situation. So maybe you need to express that. Okay. And, not bottle it up. Okay. There are parts of yourself that you're neglecting by holding that in. So maybe there'll be a better outcome by you expressing how you feel. Well, that's what I have for you, Shug. I hope this helped. I look forward to seeing y'all real soon. Please hit the like buttons right there. Comment. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Share. Send it to your friends. Post it to social media. And subscribe so you know when I post. Miss you guys already. Bye. Enjoy your weekend. See you later. Go party.